Hey everyone, today I'll be reviewing the Soundpeats TrueDot, the lowest priced earbud listed on Soundpeats' current true wireless earbuds list. I actually contact Soundpeats to find out a little bit more about this bud and how it compares to the longtime favorite TrueFree bud from Soundpeats. And it seems to me that this bud is likely an improved version over the TrueFree Plus, and the TrueFree Upgraded, except that you don't get the super large charge capacity case. And as such, I believe these should be a really well-sorted bud. And for the first time ever in one of my reviews, Soundpeats has offered me a discount code. So it's going to be in the video description. If it's not there, check back in a day or so. I don't get anything from the code, but you do as a viewer. You get to save a few bucks. So everybody, welcome to SoZen Gadget Reviews, and thank you for watching. Today's review, I'm going to be covering the sound quality of these buds for listening to EDM, hip-hop, vocals, call quality, as well as how these buds would hold up for working out in the gym or running out in the streets. If you like what you see, click the subscribe button and notification bell so you always get notified when my next video is released. Let's get started. So on to the case. That Soundpeats TrueDot case is really small. It's really light as well. It's so light that when you take the buds out of there, the case is so easy to just tip over, and you'll always see it ended up like on its back. The buds and case are magnetized, so they do seem to stay in the case very well. Plus, the small case fits in the fifth pocket of your jeans. It's not the smallest of the cases that I've tested, but it does fit in there okay. The case charges via micro USB cable, and it can charge the buds 3 additional times, with each charge providing about 5 hours of music time. And they do not have a rapid charge mode. The buds are IPX4 rated, so you can wear them while sweating, at the gym, and in the rain, but you really can't get them submerged in water because they're not waterproof. So these buds do have Bluetooth 5.0, but then again, all of the buds I test have Bluetooth 5.0. These buds have what I would call a minimal Bluetooth range. I took only 29 steps before the first audio clipping occurred, and only another 10 before I lost the signal entirely. And they were a bit of a mess reconnecting, as I had to come way closer than 29 steps back towards my phone before they connected again. I guess it's a pretty reasonable range, but it's really not nearly as strong as some of the other buds I've tested. And even within my house, the connectivity was pretty low by comparison. As far as mono mode goes, these buds do have mono mode. At first I thought I saw somewhere that Soundpeats told someone in answering a question on Amazon that they didn't have mono mode, but I do confirm that they work in mono mode, and I cut a video of it here so that you can just see how that works. I also compared these buds to multiple phones, so as long as you switch Bluetooth off on the first device, you can pair it to another device, and there's no unpairing required. And after you've got these buds paired, they're actually really fast to connect to whatever device they connect to, and switching and swapping between devices is pretty fast and easy and painless. So these buds are small and light, and they're on the smaller side of all the buds I've ever tested, and they fit really comfortably in my ears, so comfortably that this is one of the first pairs of buds that I really feel like I'm forgetting that I'm wearing buds at all. There aren't any wingtips to provide extra stability, but their shape allows them to really rest right on the edge of your ear, and they sit very stable in my ears, even while working out or running. I did choose to swap between the large and the medium tips depending on what I was doing. And what I mean by that is that when I went for my runs, I put in the medium tips, which would limit my occlusion a little bit and reduce my bass a little bit, but at least I could run, and they still were able to stay pretty stable while I was doing that with the medium tip. The TrueDots have very good touch controls. Soundpeats calls them zero pressure touch controls, whatever, right? Well, they are really comfortable to use. You can put these in your ear. That zero pressure touch means that there's really no pressing of the bud into my ear canal, even on long presses. Plus, the controls do everything, including change the volume. So, as I've mentioned in my other Soundpeats reviews, the chosen sequence for the previous song with these buds is a long press, and that usually makes it difficult to get to the previous song. But in my testing of these buds using Spotify, whenever I would long press, these would go back to the previous song without any issues. In any case, these buds controls are very responsive and have very few misfires. On to the all-important sound quality. And when I first listen to a bud, I usually in the first few seconds take notice of what strikes me most, And with these buds, it's the smooth bass and the maximum volume level. Now, these buds have a 7.2 millimeter driver, which is on the larger side compared to what many of the wireless earbuds seem to come with, which are 6 millimeter drivers. And the larger drivers do deliver on solid, consistent bass, even at a low, like 50% volume. It's a really smooth, creamy bass that's kind of always there, and it's well balanced in with the mids and the highs. I really wouldn't call these bright or airy. There's a stereo separation, but the soundstage is pretty small compared to the other Soundpeats buds. But the listening experience is very, very nice. And the bass isn't punchy at all. It's really just kind of smooth, and it's always kind of present. Even at maximum volume levels, it really never distorts. But at the same time, that maximum volume level, in my opinion, could be probably a lot louder, I want to say. I mean, I'm listening to these at like 90% volume normally. And then again, I've been to one too many nightclubs or after hours club to be considered a normal volume user of buds. But look, these do sound good, and I'm sure that from a sound only perspective, these would appeal to most casual listeners. For video watching, they do support aptX codec, which I think is probably one of the best codecs for low latency viewing. And in my experience, there was no noticeable lag in Netflix or YouTube. Now, games is a different story. I'm not really a gamer, but I did try a first-person shooter, and I was like, really, it's a totally noticeable lag between taking the shot and hearing the shot. And the TrueDots do not have ANC, and I ended up using both the medium and the large tips. The large tips work really well to block out a lot of outside sound for me. They're good for music and when I'm not at the gym. But the medium tips worked a little bit better for me while running. And the noise isolation is good with these, but you do have to take the time to find the right tips for your ears to get the best seal. So the Soundpeats TrueDots do have CVC8 noise cancellation, and both earbuds do have a microphone. So I've used these for multiple calls over the last few days and with various people, and only once did someone say that they really couldn't hear me. I just raised my voice a little bit, and he didn't complain again. But here are some clips with and without crowd noise. You know how I like to do this. So you decide for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments. This is a recording test of the TrueDot with no crowd noise. Both left and right earbuds are in. No crowd noise. This is a recording test of the TrueDot with no crowd noise. Both left and right earbuds are in. No crowd noise. This is a recording on the TrueDot, both left and right earbuds with 70 decibels of crowd noise in the background. I'm watching how loud the microphone is picking up sound. It seems to have been doing a better job after a while of recognizing between my voice and the crowd noise. This concludes the test. This is a recording on the TrueDot, both left and right earbuds with 70 decibels of crowd noise in the background. I'm watching how loud the microphone is picking up sound. It seems to have been doing a better job after a while of recognizing between my voice and the crowd noise. This concludes the test. So what could be better? Well, these are a $29 bud. There's a lot of bud here for that kind of money. And it's hard for me to really comment on these $29 buds without comparing them to sound-wise, especially sound-wise, to other buds costing up to $50 or more. And that's honest praise for these buds. But when I'm talking about areas for improvement, I think the number one recommendation here would be for a higher maximum volume. Everything else is pretty small stuff, like the IPX rating maybe could be a little higher, maybe the Bluetooth range could be a little bit better, maybe the battery life could be a little bit better, but for 29 bucks, this is a great bud. What do I recommend them for? I recommend these are a solid bud for home use, for work, for the gym. And look, Soundpeats low-priced TrueFree buds have tens of thousands of positive reviews out there on Amazon between the TrueFree, the TrueFree Plus, and the TrueFree Enhanced. In my opinion, the TrueDots are likely going to continue being very popular in the coming months. So I recommend you get yours while they're still only 29 bucks for listening to your favorite tunes, podcasts, commuting, or heading to the gym. But if you're looking to jam out to loud, bassy buds, then you probably want to find another option. Okay, folks, that's my wrap up of the $29 TrueDot buds by Soundpeats. Thanks for watching this video and for all your comments and feedback. Stay safe, everyone. So Zen out.